morning, everyone. Kalimera σας, and welcome to the 10th Athens Democracy Forum, convened by the Democracy and Culture Foundation and in association with the New York Times. It is just so exciting, ladies and gentlemen, to see so many familiar faces in this room, because together with quite a few of you this year, we've had a great journey so far. It has been really a tour de force. So from Sydney with New Democracy Foundation, to Seoul with Tai J Academy, then Washington, Bertelsmann Foundation, Berlin with Konrad Adenauer Foundation, Tel Aviv with IDEA and Sapienship. We ended up in London with EBRD to synthesize all that we learned during the work that we did in our Building Blocks project. And Berggruen Institute was there along the way, teaching us or giving us that one common thread that we all came up with: deliberative tools for democracy. It's all about the citizen. And here we are now in Athens to present our outcomes. It is a great achievement, and it really is a cause for celebration, but we always need to be cognizant of the fact that our world is still at an inflection point. It's going through a profound foundation. Democracy and its value system are in great danger of being dismantled. So the Democracy and Culture Foundation was established to further the impact of Athens Democracy Forum, Art for Tomorrow. Both these conferences were founded at the New York Times some 10 years ago, and the foundation has the mission to help empower society through citizen engagement and better governance. We believe that it is these two outcomes that we have, coming from Demos and Kratos, citizen engagement and better governance, that will help reverse the pandemics that we're faced with: the pandemic of inequality, the climate crisis, the impact of the migration shifts, the abuses of the biotech revolution. These are basically the four programmatic pillars our foundation is based on. So business, climate, migration, and technology. We aim to achieve our mission through a very simple strategic impact chain: think, talk, do. This procedure aims to translate thought into action by involving not only experts, but also the average citizen, including youth and teens, and we have a few of them in the room today, thanks to GLAA, who will be influenced by each other and come up with policy proposals and initiatives that will have a positive effect into our communities. So we hold roundtables and projects that are designed to produce policy recommendations that are replicable and scalable, leveraging Athens as an incubation lab and exporting the outcomes to other parts of the world. As our Vice Chair, Anthony Kefalas, and I said last year, Athens is really seen as the south of the global north, but also the north of the global south. And the convening power of the Athens Democracy Forum really is here to act as the megaphone of all the work that the Democracy and Culture Foundation, with its partners, all of you, is doing. All this work is designed to lay the foundations for a global center for democracy. So this is what we're doing that's the longer-term vision. Our four programmatic pillars are obviously there to feed our editorial direction, but our new Building Blocks project, which we'll be talking about, which spanned 7 cities around the world this year to start with, has the mission to initiate a global exchange on the urgent ideas, models, practical initiatives, and policy recommendations, as well as create a democracy toolkit. We'll talk about the digital toolkit later today, to help the evolution of democracy and to help us establish this global center for democracy. So, think, talk, and do. And over the next few days, though, we're doing it the other way around. So today, we're here to do the do part. So what have we achieved in our projects? Building blocks, the Charter for Business Ethics, the Digital Toolkit, climate that we just did, and Teens for Democracy. And I want to thank all our partners that I mentioned before, as well as our strategic partners, our headline sponsors, Meta, and by the way, there is a virtual reality demo happening outside, so during the breaks, enter the metaverse, and maybe next year we'll enter the metaverse in this room, when we'll hopefully change the format, so thank you, Meta. Taijie Academy from Seoul, Berggruen Institute, as well as Microsoft and Luminate, who want to be really a part of the building blocks, but much more than that. Aegean brought many of you here, so thank you, Aegean. And there's so many more. I'll thank them over the next few days. The next 2 days, we move from the do, so tomorrow and Friday, we're doing the talking part. Our plenary assessing a decade of democracy and rethinking our futures. And on Saturday, we're doing the think part at Costa Navarino, another sponsor of ours, where we will look at happiness and democracy concept and how we ground it. So, let's hear it for the do. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I now hand over to Anthony Kefalas, our Vice Chair, and Kim Conniff-Tabor, our Editorial Director, and our 5 curators or partners, as we call them. So thank you, and thank you all.